studied Malcolm and when they studied Martin, one went and spoke and came back to the hotel and prayed and talked on the phone with his wife, and they don't have no dirt on him. The other one went and spoke and came back to the room and partied and fucked like a motherfucker in every town he went to. That was the Christian.
How you know that?
Now, I know y'all seen those shit that's been going on around about MLK. I know y'all seen what's been going on, the files that are dropped. But there's many different shit that people said in the past that possibly is true. Even the J. Cole lyrics that they seen was coming out when J. Cole talked about the situation like this. But it's just crazy to think, because I don't know about everybody else. I was always a Malcolm X fan. I was never believing talking. Nah, I don't want to talk. But okay.
You know that, though.
Because it's documented evidence. The FBI said that Malcolm X was a saint compared to the doctor. It's very well documented that Dr. Martin Luther King was just like any man. He was a whoremongering preacher. Compared to Malcolm, who has no documentation of doing anything such like the preacher. I don't want to be a religious man.
That's probably because he had lived that lifestyle and changed that lifestyle, or was brought up in a better lifestyle than the rest. But I'm pretty sure we all had our deeds, but his was far and in between because his life had changed long before he actually started doing what he did.
But I have Christian values and beliefs. I believe in Jesus. I believe that he's the Son of God. I just don't take the title as a Christian. Man, I just believe.
So what are you?
A believer.
That don't make you a Christian?
No. Because I also like to sin. And most Christians don't admit that they like to sin.
Most people can't admit to.
Now, y'all didn't catch what he said. Y'all didn't catch what he said. Because if you think about it, even the most, because remember, damn near everything is a sin. There's some that's completely big and some that's completely small. And you got to catch the wording, because we like to sin. Because some things we do like to do, and they are bad. Just like fornication without marriage. We all like to do that, but in all retrospect, it's a sin. So you got to catch what he's saying.
The sins that they do.
That they like to do. See, some that we do, but we also got some secret ones that we like to do. I studied Malcolm.
He ain't wrong about that. Like, we all have our guilty pleasures that we know for a fact isn't something we should be. So we still do it anyway.
Liberty and justice for all. ALL. Not complicated.
There is a lot to be said about the attacks on.
Now, the first time I listened to this, I didn't completely get it, so I listened to it again. So if you listen to this and you don't completely get it, I suggest you listen to it again, because he wasn't saying nothing offensive towards me, but it just seems like it's something that some people may find offensive.
On diversity, equity, and inclusion. But I think Hakeem Jeffries hits the nail on the head here. Watch this.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion are American values. Perhaps I can explain. The motto of the United States of America, E pluribus unum, out of many, one. That's diversity. The 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution, one of the most important amendments in our country, provides equal protection under the law. That's equity. In this country, we pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And in that pledge, we promise one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. ALL. That's inclusion. Not complicated. Diversity, equity, and inclusion are American values. It's about economic opportunity. It's about merit for everyone based on what you know, not who you know.
If you need to recap, come back for me and then listen to what I'm saying if you need to. But yo, yeah, just like Dude said, that was well put. Because when I first heard it, I'm like, what are you saying exactly? And then I listened to it again, and then I listened to it a third time. It's like, you know what? You're absolutely right. But it's just the people who would sit there and side with your information are few and in between, because it's not that we not gonna understand it. It's just we'll be drowned out by the people who say this will still be wrong. Because you are right. It's like I was saying the same shit, not in those words. Like I was saying the same shit everybody keep talking about. They gonna put us back to this, put us back to that. I'm like, yo, we are too advanced to even have some shit like that happen. So he can do that if he wants to, but nothing is gonna change. Like we have too much people here to say somebody is gonna be fully discriminated about because of a job. Like even if they do, like we still have too much going on right now for them to do that and have action. But you know how stupid it will look for a job to be mainly one type of this. Every block you walk down, there's a job, a business, something. So think about it. But yet there'll still be people crying in their cars about why did you do this? Why? It's like, I think you're not looking at the bigger picture and you're just stuck on yourself. But we are out for self most of the time, so I can't even blame you. But tell me what y'all think in the comments at least.